Well, the shutting down of Hamas's activities in Turkey is reportedly emerging as a major sticking point, preventing the normalization of ties between Jerusalem and Ankara. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan's government is a strong proponent of Hamas and met with the group's leader Khaled Mash'al on Saturday. According to one report, Jordan refused the Hamas request to transfer its operation to the kingdom. I'm still joined in studio by Avi Sakharov. Avi, this meeting between Khaled Mash'al and Erdogan, what does this mean about the relationship of Khaled Mash'al, his standing within the region? Is he getting more powerful? We haven't heard that name in quite a while.
Yes, he's still a major player in Hamas, of course. He still sits in Doha, in Qatar, and from there trying to manage the issues of Hamas. Not too successfully, I must say, because then again, just like we mentioned before, they have different elements, different people, different leaders that are leading Hamas to all kinds of different directions. Sometimes it's the military wing, sometimes it's from inside the political wing. So Khaled Mash'al is still the number one, but there are many, many others that are trying to undermine his position inside Hamas. Now, about his position in the Middle East, I'm not that sure that he's getting stronger. I think that he came to Turkey in order to meet Erdogan and to get some clarifications about what is going to happen with Hamas after these understandings between Turkey and Israel. And is Saleh al-Aruri and others are going to be or about to be exiled from Turkey because of the Israeli pressure. We don't know the results of this meeting, but al-Aruri is now playing in between the Gulf and Turkey. He's not staying in Turkey. Part of it's because he knows that there's a lot of pressure on Turkey not to allow him to stay as a resident of Turkey. But I think that it's not only Hamas's game here, it's also Erdogan's double game here. Meaning that Turkey is on the one hand talking with Israel about Hamas also, about Gaza, and on the other hand meets with Khaled Mash'al and says he's our great friend in the Middle East.
Well, specifically on this point, this closening of ties or supposed closening of ties between Israel and Ankara, is this worrying for Hamas?
It has to be worrying. But then again, we didn't see yet anything coming officially, and this is why, we don't see panic in Hamas. Now, we have to keep in mind that for right now, except for Qatar, Turkey is the number two, or the second in line as the most important and closest friend and ally. And without Turkey, they will be in much more problems. And it's kind of a very sensitive moment for Hamas, remembering what is happening in Gaza, their incapability to manage the issues of the Gaza Strip, all the different trends that we see today in Hamas, and adding to all this, Turkey, that they don't know yet if it would leave them or not.
And their demand, of course, to remove the blockade over Gaza, where does this stand now?
Now, we all understand that Israel is not going to change its policy in the next coming days or weeks dramatically. They might allow transferring more trucks a day, more goods a day, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change their policy all the time that Egypt is against it, and Egypt is against removing this so-called siege over Gaza. And then again, let us keep in mind also that there's a demand of Turkey to remove the siege over Gaza. I cannot describe it as a siege. I mean, Israel is allowing almost everything to go in Gaza Strip. And some people can exit Gaza through Israel also. And of course, some very small number through Egypt.
And just briefly, so we understand, why Turkey? Why is Turkey so important for Hamas?
Because it's the only one that is left behind it, together with Qatar, with Doha. Then again, it's part of the Muslim Brotherhood umbrella. So they lost Egypt. Syria is, of course, out of the game. Iran and Hamas are still playing this game of sometimes getting closer, sometimes getting like real enemies. They allowed some activity of Sabarin movement in Gaza in order to calm down the Iranians that are pretty worried from their getting far from Tehran. And Sabarin suddenly are doing all kinds of military attacks against the Israeli army and might getting closer, both sides, Hamas and Israel, to some kind of an escalation. So they see all that, they understand that Turkey is there, Qatar is there. Other than them, they cannot really trust anyone. Not Saudi Arabia, of course, not Egypt, that became their enemy, and not Iran.
a dangerous game of Monopoly. No one knows where this will go. Avi Schauf, thank you very much for helping us navigate it tonight. Thank you.